The story of the poor billionaire. Before we dive in, pause for a moment and tell me something. Where in the world are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Maybe it's sunrise in Zulu, midnight in New York, afternoon in Canada, or evening in Nigeria. Don't just watch quietly, drop a comment below and let's see how far this story reaches across the world. Now, lean in, and let's begin. The rain was merciless that night. Thunder roared like angry spirits above the rusty zinc roof of a half-collapsed wooden shack. Inside, a man knelt on a damp floor, both hands clutching the swollen belly of his crying wife. Her name was Morewa, 7 months pregnant and weak from hunger. His name, Khamari, a man who once dreamed of owning the biggest building company in Lagos but was now struggling to find bread. The candle between them flickered as wind forced its way through the cracks. Khamari, the baby kicked again, Morewa whispered, her lips trembling. Morewa forced a smile. He's strong, just like his mother. But his eyes told another story: fear, shame, and exhaustion. Earlier that day, Khamari had walked barefoot through muddy streets, begging his rich cousin, Sir Chisolo, for help. Chisolo was a man of marble houses and gold watches, the same cousin Khamari once carried on his back to school when they were kids. Chisolo, please, Khamari had said, rain soaking his clothes. My wife is heavy. I just need a little help, a job, anything. Chisolo sipped his wine and looked away. Khamari, Lagos is not for everyone. Go back to the village if you can't handle the city. The gate closed in Khamari's face before he could speak again. That night, as Morewa wept softly, Khamari clenched his fist and whispered, one day, this pain will turn to gold. But hunger doesn't wait for dreams. The rain intensified, leaking through the roof. Khamari wrapped his wife with his only coat and stared into the storm outside. In the distance, he saw the city lights glimmering like false promises. And then, a knock. A soft, hesitant knock at their door. Who could it be at this hour? Khamari opened the door slowly, expecting trouble. Instead, he found an old man, soaked from head to toe, clutching a walking stick and wearing torn sandals. Please, can I stay for the night? The stranger asked, voice trembling. Morewa nodded before Khamari could answer. Come in, Papa. The old man smiled faintly and entered, dripping rainwater onto the floor. As Khamari offered him a dry cloth, the man looked around their poor home and said softly, you give what little you have. Not many in this city would do that. That night, they shared a single bowl of gari between the three of them. The old man ate last, thanking them with every bite. Before dawn, he disappeared, leaving behind a small wooden carving shaped like a lion's head. Khamari thought nothing of it until later that day. When he stepped outside, 2 men in suits were arguing near a broken-down truck blocking the road. The truck's cargo: heavy cement bags for a new building site. The driver shouted, we can't find anyone to help offload. Khamari's instincts kicked in. I'll do it, he yelled. He walked until his hands bled, and by evening, the site manager approached him. You worked like 3 men. What's your name? Khamari. Come back tomorrow. You've got a job. That night, Khamari stared at the lion carving on his table. It gleamed faintly under the candlelight, as though smiling at him. Was it luck? Or something divine? Days turned into weeks. Khamari became the site's most trusted worker. While others complained, he worked silently, first to arrive, last to leave. He learned how to mix perfect cement, how to read simple blueprints, how to talk to clients. Soon, the site manager trusted him to supervise. But fate was still testing him. One morning, a scaffolding collapsed. Khamari pushed a fellow worker out of the way, taking the fall himself. His arm broke. The company refused to pay his medical bills. Morewa cried as she bandaged his wound with old cloth. Maybe we should leave this city, she said. Khamari shook his head. No. If I die here, let me die chasing something. With his good hand, Khamari began carving small blocks from leftover cement. He sold them to roadside builders, saving every naira. When people mocked him, Khamari the block seller, he smiled. Weeks later, his wife gave birth to a boy. They named him Tolani, meaning peaceful one. That night, Khamari whispered to his sleeping son, "I will build an empire with these hands, Tolani. You will never beg like I did." But fate had one more storm to send his way. By now, Khamari had gathered 5 young men from his neighborhood. They called themselves Khamari builders. Their work was slow but honest. Word spread, and soon they were contracted to build a small school. The school project was going well, until a wealthy contractor approached Khamari with an offer too good to refuse. "Sell me your workers. I'll pay you enough to feed your family for a year." Khamari refused. "They are not slaves." The man smiled coldly. "Then you'll regret it." A week later, all 5 workers abandoned him, bribed and lured away. The school project collapsed. Clients demanded refunds. Obi had nothing left. When he went to confront the contractor, he was laughed out of the office. "Poor man, you thought you could play with lions." That night, Khamari broke down for the first time. He cried under the same leaking roof, punching the floor until his knuckles bled. Morawa held him tight. "Khamari, they took your men, not your hands." He looked at her, tears mixing with rain. "You don't understand, Morawa. I've lost everything again." She touched his chest gently. "No, not everything. You still have your dream." And that night, the lion carving fell from the table and broke open, revealing a small piece of folded parchment inside. On it were the words, "He who is not afraid of dust shall build with stone." Khamari stared at it for a long time. Then he smiled through his tears. Months passed. Khamari started again, alone this time. He collected discarded cement from old sites, reshaping them into handmade bricks. Children laughed. Neighbors mocked. But slowly, those cheap bricks became famous. They were lighter, stronger, and more affordable. Soon, builders began to line up for them. A year later, Khamari solid blocks became a registered business. The same cousin, Sachisolo, drove past Khamari's new workshop one day, and nearly crashed his SUV when he saw Khamari's name on the billboard. "Khamari," he gasped. By the second year, Khamari's bricks were being exported to Ghana and Benin. He built his first factory in Port Harcourt. Reporters called him the man who built with dust. And when asked what inspired him, Khamari simply said, "A broken man, a hungry wife, and a stranger's kindness." One Sunday afternoon, Khamari sat in his new mansion overlooking the city skyline. Morawa rocked their second child by the pool. A knock echoed through the marble hallway. His servant opened the door to reveal Sachisolo and 2 other relatives, dressed humbly for the first time. "Khamari, please, we need help. Our company's collapsing." Investors left. Khamari studied their faces quietly. The same men who once mocked him now stood trembling. He stood, walked to the window, and said softly, "When I begged, your doors were closed." Chiselo dropped to his knees. "Forgive me." Khamari turned slowly. His voice was calm, yet full of grace. "I forgave you the night I decided to rise. But I will not help you with money. I'll help you with work. Come and build with me." Tears filled Chiselo's eyes. And just like that, the story turned full circle. Those who once despised him now walked under his roof, learning what humility truly meant. Years later, Khamari stood on a stage before thousands. The governor had just announced him as Africa's Builder of the Year. Cameras flashed, people cheered, and behind him stood Morawa and Tolani, smiling with pride. He lifted the award and said, "I was once a man who begged for bread. Today, I feed nations. Never despise your small beginnings. Sometimes, being ignored is the best gift life can give you. It forces you to build your own table. The crowd roared. As the sun rose that morning, painting gold across the skyline, Khamari looked up and whispered, "Thank you, stranger in the rain." And somewhere in the wind, faintly, came the echo of a voice. "You gave what little you had. Now you have more than enough." The lion carving sat proudly on his desk, whole again. The poor hustler was no more. Khamari, the poor billionaire, had become the legend of his own storm.